what most people try to do from stage is to teach the audience how to win. I'm going to teach you today how to take your pieces and capture the king. Right? That sounds great. You would think everybody in the audience wants to learn how to capture the king. No. This was my big mistake. What they want you to do is to come in front and just explain why they should even play the game of chess with you. This will change your presentations. It will change your life. It will change their life in an instant. Why should they want to play? And if you can do that from stage, you will not only help them to start to transform their life, but you're going to make a lot of money. Right? Because once you convince them that this is the best game ever and that they need to jump in on whatever you're talking about, that they're totally bought in, that this is something that they can not only do, but have fun at and transform at, but then they want more. Because now they understand, I want to learn how to play chess. So then the next one is simply, what's the next move? Now, most of you are going to go right for the kill. You're like, I'm going to show them how to go and capture the king and win. They're not ready for it. Most people want to know, which piece do I move first? This will change everything in your sales, especially if you're selling in the back of the room. Because if you're like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to castle, they don't even know what castling is yet. How do I make that very first pawn move? Is your first sell. Makes sense? Right? Simple. Because they can imagine in their head that they can make that move. But people are like, yeah, but what if there's somebody who wants to learn the whole game? Okay, they're going to walk up to you anyways afterwards and want that information. They're going to be your VIP client. They're going to come up to you and go, oh my gosh, Tonya, can you show me how to do the whole thing? I want you to show me how to do the marketing on the websites. I want to explain how to do membership clubs. I want you to show me everything. Fantastic. I could do that for you. And here's my little form for that. So you have one already ready because you know there's someone's going to be coming up to you and go, I want the kit and caboodle. But you've got to be prepared. But don't let everyone else go, because that's what usually people do, is they're just trying to find that one VIP client, and they missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars from $15 to $50 a pop. Don't let that money go, because those people are going to go step by step by step with you, and it's going to be brilliant, and you're going to change lives that way.
Hello, everyone. I am Tonya Hofmann of the Tonya Hofmann Change Your World So You Can Change the World TV radio show. I'm so excited today. I've got one of my favorite people in the whole world, Elizabeth McCormick, on the line with us. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hello, Tonya. How are you?
Fantastic. You know, that's one of the things that is so precious to me about having the organization. You know, I own the Public Speakers Association. It's Public Speakers with an S, association.com, all spelled out. And I get to meet amazing people like Elizabeth and so many incredible people. Elizabeth was at my conference in San Antonio this year. I'm hoping will be back next year for the next one. She opened for Les Brown, which was fabulous. Or I guess Les Brown opened for you. What was it the other way around? That's the whole thing, right? Is that you get great content, great information from great people. And one of the things we're going to talk a little bit about today is marketing. So if you have your own business, or you're thinking about starting your business, or you have a family or friend who has a business, or somebody you know nowadays that's probably self-employed. And a lot of you also have usually something going over on the side. And what we are going to cover today is a little bit about some unique marketing tools that you can use to make yourself stand out show yourself as the expert that you are and get your message out there. So Elizabeth, so tell me a little bit about this new idea that you came up with and some, different techniques that you see as very impactful for people.
Well, I knew that as a speaker, I needed to be out there more. I needed a product to sell. I needed to get more media. But I found that the media really only wanted credible authorities and experts. And in order to be an expert, you needed a book. So then I was stressing over the 200-page novel, memoir book, and just, it just really was stressful to me to go through it. So I was writing bits and pieces of it and kind of working at it, but I didn't feel it. And then I attended a training, and at this training, this person recommended he called them a coaster table book. So, and I went, oh my gosh, this works. Now, he talked about these books being for, to give away free, to get booked as a speaker. But to me, it was like ding, 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 because these little tip books are perfect for me to both target a specific audience, and it's still a book, even though see how skinny that is? It's still a book. It's published. It's got this one has my picture on the front. It has a picture on the front of me. It's just given me a huge platform, and what it's allowed me to do is a couple things. So the first thing, Tonya, that's just been awesome with us, is that it's allowed me to put out content that's specific for an audience. So I'll give you an example. I was already booked to speak at a big network marketing conference. So I created a book that my whole series is Sword of Success. So it was Sword of Success for network marketing.
Lovely.
How to charge and explode your network marketing business. So it was targeted to them. So I took this book to that conference that I spoke at, and between this one and a couple other ones that I had, in 3 days we sold over $4,000 of books. More than paid for, more than paid for, and this is all we offered. I didn't have other big coaching programs or anything else. It was just this, and then it got me out there, and then from there, this book got in the hands of another company, and then that company hired me as their keynote speaker. So then it created this whole thing moving in this direction. And in fact, I even had somebody say, "Oh, so you're a network marketing speaker?" "Oh no, I'm not. I have this one over here on something else." So over in the corporate sector or entrepreneurial, and it allowed me to show my expertise very targeted without creating this whole new platform over and over again. So that's the first thing it did. But the other thing that's really cool is it allows me to collaborate with other experts that are doing something and to do some partnerships. So what I've done is this one is we've got Tony Harris, who's another PSA. She's director, isn't she?
Yeah.
So Tony Harris is on the cover here, and she's an expert in email marketing. But I was already speaking to entrepreneurial groups, so I partnered with her and said, look, if we share strategies and some email marketing strategies and then some entrepreneurial strategies and combine them into one book, I can promote this book at all these entrepreneurial groups that I'm at that you're not there. So by partnering with somebody else. So we got really smart and strategic with this and really figured out the process of publishing. And because of that, Tonya, you know that I launched a publishing company this year.
Yay!
So Sword of Success Publishing, and we are going to specialize in this little size. It's a custom size. It's a custom template, and we're going to provide this not just for speakers, it's not just for authors, not just for radio show hosts, but I've got a chiropractor doing his own series. So I want you to think beyond the single book, and for everyone watching to think about the long term and how can you create a series that has some longevity that can show the depth and breadth of your expertise. So I'm working with a chiropractor on a series of books. I'm working with a skincare company to do a series of books on health and wellness and anti-aging. So,
Nice.
what could you do for the different target audiences you have as a company? I'm not going beyond the speaking, but what could you do to establish you as an expert to a different market or the market you're already in that would allow you to expand your reach? And also with this book, then you're now an expert in the eyes of the media too.
Well, and I know
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool. That's why I'm going to be in your next whole series, right? And one of the things that, it just made sense to me because my first book, A Client Today is a Coffee Shop Way, took me 2 years to write it and 6 months to edit the puppy. And that was through 10 edits. It was I'm done editing. And
you have
from
to
that
read
moment
it
on,
every single time.
and I was like, that is the last time I spend that much time doing one single thing. And when this whole idea came out and you told me about this tip book, I just jumped all over that. I'm like, it just makes so much sense. You can get down to the point. And I think even when I go to, conferences and speak like you do, you've got your big book and you're going to have your little book. And I think you even said you sell more little books because people are like, oh, I can easily read this in a short amount of time. They don't want to have to sit down and read a whole book.
That's exactly it. These little ones outsell my big book 3-1. 3-1. It's crazy. But what they do is they walk up into the table and they flip it open and they look at it and they're like, oh, I can read that.
Right.
Oh, this is it's like reading social media or tweets. It's just easy content. And this is honestly, people don't want to sit. I mean, not everyone, thank goodness for our books, right? But, but a lot of people, they'd be sitting in a shelf. But a lot of people, they don't want to sit and read like a big novel in a sitting. They want short takes, especially when you're talking about nonfiction, information marketing, that kind of information. Now, they want things in the short bites that they can understand and take and implement quickly. And so with this, we're giving them the speed.
And you probably look at, realtors can write about, how to buy a house. And of course, at the end, it would make sense to say, all of these tips is things I do or, whatever profession somebody's in.
And then, you could cross-promote to something else that you have going on over here in the back, and we create other opportunities within the template for you to say, here's another program, or here's our services, or here's our website and our brick and mortar, or like the skincare company that I'm working with is going to actually have pages in the back that recommend certain products that they endorse.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to have actually almost like advertising in the back after you've read the content and see what an expert they are and why you should care.
Love it.
It's really, this thing has really taken off for not just for speakers, but for all markets.
Yeah, I can see how, if you're going to go to a dentist and he's got a book that he's written and it's telling you things that you need to do at home, I mean, just that and handing it to somebody and saying, or even if they're an orthodontist and they want to give it to each kid, things to do with your teeth, now that you got braces or whatever, it just sets you apart and makes you stand out from everybody else.
And are they going to, when they get that book and it has something actionable that's helping them, are they more likely to pass that book to somebody else or tell somebody else about it? Because you've created this whole value add of information into what you're already doing.
I love that. So tell us a little bit, how do they get a hold of you and find out more?
So Soar to Success, and it's so you can see the backwards number 2. It's a big 2. We don't do TO, we do everything 2. So Soar to Success Publishing.com. Takes you straight to our info page about the tip book and how to start your own tip book series or even just a single standalone book. We help all all business owners and speakers get what they need to set up their own book. We
and
do
so
the book
it's
cover
SOAR,
design, we do the content.
SOAR.
Yes.
Yes.
SOAR. Yes. SOAR, the number 2, successpublishing.com.
Perfect. And tell them a little bit real briefly about who you are and what you've done in kind of a brief synopsis of your fabulousness.
Okay, really quick. Black Hawk pilot in the Army, worked corporate when I got out, fell into speaking by popular demand. People wanted to know more about being a female helicopter pilot, and now I travel all over the world and do motivational speaking full time, 150, 160 engagements a year, and have a great team that supports me in my business and the publishing and to keep everything going. And I'm just love everything that I'm doing, and so am my purpose of helping others every day.
Oh, and that's one of the things Elizabeth and I do a lot of stage, we do a lot of, seems like we're at a lot of events together. And every time I love to see the reaction in the people in the audience, right? I mean, that's why we do it, is that, oh my gosh, I can't wait for y'all to hear Elizabeth's story. If you have not seen her in person, she's got several events during the year that you can go to. So just check out, they could probably on the publishing site find more about you, or is there a link to you?
Yep, that site. Yep, everything links and cross links, and you'll see everything there on the swordofsuccesspublishing.com.
Perfect. So book Elizabeth to speak at your next event. She's amazing. I always love having her. She's always fantastic. You won't be disappointed. So thank you so much for coming on today. There is so much. We'll have her. She's just a wealth of knowledge that I can have her come on for every single day and we won't get bored. So we'll have you come back on soon. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, Tonya.
Perfect. So make sure that y'all are all here next week. We've got another incredible person, and start thinking beyond your box. Where do you need to create movement and excitement in your business? Is it something different, like a book that's stuck inside of you and that needs to explode out? It doesn't have to be so tedious that you have to feel like you're going to spend another 2 years working on it. So get connected to amazing people like Elizabeth and others that can help you move forward and make things happen. So all week long, that's your job, is to put yourself into action mode, go out there, put your marketing hat on and say, how can I put together something amazing that people want to know? And they need to know. They need to know more about who you are and your message so that they can go further with you. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Elizabeth. Have you on real soon again. And I will see all of y'all next week. Hello, I'm Tonya Hofmann, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association, and I would love to come out and talk to your audience about how to change the world from the front of the room. It is the most effective way out of every marketing possibility out there is speaking, being the expert, standing in front of the crowd, and I want to show your audience exactly not only how to do that, how do you get booked? How do you make money from that? How do you transform that audience into paying clients, especially if the opportunity doesn't pay you and the opportunity doesn't even allow you to sell at the event? So I would love to come out and show your audience how to really go out there, change lives, make things happen for themselves, increase business, increase their career opportunities, just to have a blast and also do a lot of great things for this world. Hello, I'm Tonya Hofmann. I'm the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association. And I wanted to show your audience really how to get out there, use the new amazing social media connections called live broadcasting. I've used it I've switched everything over to it. It is about closing business, connecting, building databases, social media connections, newsletters. I mean, it just shoves people over to your website. So I would love to show your audience exactly how to do that step by step, with real training, real information, with what's happening today that they probably don't even know that's even available for them. And what's great is all of that is free on the internet. And so it's so easy for them to take advantage of it. So from entrepreneurs to people in marketing departments, SEO, social media departments, anyone that wants to turn the strangers that they meet into actual clients, I would love to talk to them.